Parishioners in New Mexico are waking up this morning wondering why their priest just up and vanished, bolting without a trace or even a goodbye. Now, people within the Gallup Diocese have questions. Where did Father Ravi Curran go, and did he take some of the church's money with him? Sources tell News 13 a few weeks ago he left, heading back to his home country of India. The diocese confirms he took off without notice, and they're investigating what happened.
No notification. We just started looking into it, so it's very preliminary at this stage.
The priest's supporters say the accusations of embezzlement are simply rumors. The diocese said there is no criminal investigation at this time. The Gallup Diocese is in the middle of Chapter 11 bankruptcy as it tries to sort out the sexual abuse claims made against former priests. The diocese asked the court not to count individual church bank accounts as belonging to the diocese, but a judge has not made a decision on that just yet.
The young man who police say was drag racing when he crashed and killed a mother of two in Albuquerque will not go to jail. Prosecutors wanted Anthony Ramos found guilty of vehicular homicide originally, but a jury said it was careless driving. He could have gotten 90 days in jail for that, but yesterday a judge gave Ramos 90 days probation instead. In 2012, police said Ramos was drag racing with another car on Central when he hit Tara Garcia's car and killed her.
Also this morning, News 13 has obtained a letter which sheds new light on former APS Superintendent Winston Brooks's resignation. Brooks took a $350,000 buyout in August. The district refused to say why he left. Board President Annalie Maestas wrote the letter, saying the board hired a private attorney to investigate stories of intimidation and retaliation involving Brooks. Now the Foundation for Open Government is fighting for the district to release the attorney's report.
All right, 6:02 now. It's been bringing fans to Albuquerque ever since a show became a big hit 6 years ago. And today, the first ever Breaking Bad Fest is set to start. And we have learned people from all across, get this, not just the country, but the world are flocking to New Mexico. And we certainly hope they are ready to spend. At News 13's Catherine Rizone is live at the convention
without
center
a
downtown.
doubt.
Catherine?
I tell you what, the chamber couldn't be more thrilled about this. Organizers are expecting people from as far away as the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, even Australia.
I think it's cool that people were able to get so into the series so that it has almost this cult following. You know, these people from...
Beverly Cruz is with the Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce. She says Albuquerque welcomes all the attention. The first ever festival in the Duke City has been mentioned on numerous websites. The highlight? Some of the Breaking Bad cast will make appearances this weekend for a behind-the-scenes panel discussion. Organizers say they had already sold 500 tickets as of last Wednesday, but they hope to hit 1,000 by today. Cruz says that translates into a boost for tourism and the economy, and not just for local businesses on the Breaking Bad bandwagon. She says it's not just fan merchandise they're looking for. Hotels and restaurants are also likely to see the effects of this Breaking Bad Fest. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. Looks like a good time. Albuquerque's Chamber of Commerce says the festival could not come at a better time. Why? Well, Catherine Rizone will explain coming up in about a half hour. There are some facts we found about Breaking Bad and the festival going on this weekend. You know, back when the show was filming here in Duke City, Mayor R.J. Berry says the series brought in $70 million. Now, if you're headed out to the two-day event, tickets are still available for both nights. It includes a trivia night, discussion panel, and an after party. For more information, including tickets, packages, and see exactly which actors will be there, head to our website, krqe.com. Crystal?
Time now, 6:04. Albuquerque City Councilors voted last night to approve the consent agreement between the feds to fix APD.
We're being asked to rubber stamp basically this agreement that was negotiated by others.
Last night's meeting was mostly a formality since councilors did not have the ability to change anything in the agreement. Last week, the Department of Justice released a plan to revamp the police department. This after it hammered APD for its use of excessive force over the years. The agreement calls for more oversight, more training, and it adds more layers to investigations. Some people asked councilors yesterday not to approve this agreement.
APD will never move forward until cop killers are fired and removed from the force and go to jail.
Now, in the end, councilors agreed the changes for APD are a step in the right direction. A federal monitor will be chosen to make sure the department is following that agreement. Meanwhile, APD is making an effort to engage more with the community by joining the National Coffee with the Cop movement. The department hopes the program will help reopen the lines of communication between law enforcement and citizens. APD says it will answer any questions people might have about the department or police work in general. Now, Coffee with the Cop is a national initiative to help build community trust. The event is next Wednesday at the Wex restaurant. That's on Riverside Plaza Northwest. It runs from 8:30 in the morning until 10 a.m.
Well, fewer immigrants are being deported from a detention center in Artesia. According to the publication called Fronteras, a new immigrant court is hearing cases from Artesia, and its judges are setting lower bonds, allowing more immigrants to leave the facility. Now, this is a little of a change from the government's initial message that those who get caught coming into the country illegally can expect to get deported very quickly. The facility has more than 500 women and children right now.
One of Governor Susana Martinez's more controversial cabinet secretaries is stepping down. Human Services Secretary Sydney Squire officially turned in her resignation letter as of yesterday. She's been under the microscope for trying to tighten up food stamp requirements and for pulling the funding on more than a dozen service providers for the mentally ill and substance abusers. She also denied that hunger is a problem in New Mexico. Squire, who headed up the Human Services Department for almost 4 years, says it's just time to move on.
6:07, State House Republicans will be talking about leadership roles this weekend after their historic win in the election, getting majority in the State House for the first time in decades. This morning, we have learned Republican Don Tripp here of Socorro says he is interested in becoming Speaker of the State House. Now, there is word that some believe it could be Republican Nate Gentry here. The GOP will nominate one of its members to become Speaker. However, the top leadership post won't actually become official until a vote in January. Both Democrats and Republicans will vote in that.